a symbol of love, or a chain of ownership? Wedding rings today represent eternal devotion, a promise of forever. But their history is far darker than romance. From ancient rituals to cursed rings, this simple band has been tied to control, power, and even death. Welcome to the whispers of the past. The first recorded use of rings as a symbol of commitment dates back to ancient Egypt, around 3000 BC. Egyptians believed that a circular shape represented eternity, no beginning, no end. Woven reeds, bone, and leather rings were exchanged between couples to symbolize undying love. But things took a darker turn when the Romans adopted this tradition. Unlike the Egyptians, Romans didn't see the ring as a mere symbol of love. To them, it was a contract, a mark of ownership. Roman men gave their wives iron rings, signifying legal control over them. Marriage was less about romance and more about a financial agreement. Women, quite literally, became property. These contracts were binding, and the ring served as a public declaration that a woman was no longer free. In some cases, husbands even used signet rings, pressed into wax, to finalize deals, sometimes without their wife's knowledge or consent. As history moved forward, the power of the wedding ring only grew. By the Middle Ages, wedding rings weren't just symbols, they were tools. Many nobles wore rings with intricate designs, some even with hidden compartments. Some believe these were poison rings, used by spies, nobles, and even betrayed lovers. A drop of poison in a drink or a touch to the lips could mean instant death. While no definitive proof exists linking these rings to weddings, the connection between power and jewelry was undeniable. Rings held secrets, and sometimes, those secrets were deadly. Have you ever wondered why we wear wedding rings on the fourth finger? The tradition comes from an ancient belief that a special vein, vena amoris, ran directly from this finger to the heart, connecting love to the bloodstream. But there's just one problem. There is no such vein. The belief was a myth, yet it shaped wedding customs for centuries. Despite the lack of scientific proof, the idea of a vein of love persisted, influencing cultures from ancient Rome to Victorian England, and even today. The Catholic Church once viewed wedding rings with suspicion, but their circular shape was tied to pagan sun worship, and their use in marriage felt more like a Roman business contract than a sacred union. But as Christianity spread, the Church adapted. By the Middle Ages, rings had become a cornerstone of religious ceremonies. The Church reimagined them as symbols of divine unity, an unbreakable bond, much like the circle itself. Not all rings bring joy and commitment. Some are said to bring misfortune, even death. One of the most infamous cursed rings in history? The Ring of Silvianus. This ring, dating back to the 4th century, was discovered in England. It was inscribed with the name Sinister, likely the man who stole it. The original owner, Silvianus, was so enraged that he placed a curse on it, calling upon the god Nodens to punish whoever possessed the ring. Centuries later, this very ring was linked to J.R.R. Tolkien and may have inspired the One Ring in The Lord of the Rings. Many believe the ring carries bad luck, as those who have owned or studied it have faced mysterious misfortunes. Is it mere coincidence, or does Silvianus' curse still hold power today? Despite its dark origins, the wedding ring remains a beloved tradition. No longer a mark of ownership, it has transformed into a symbol of love, equality, and devotion. But as you slip that band onto your finger, remember its past. A history filled with power, mystery, and whispers of something more ancient. Wedding rings may shine with the promise of love, but their history is a reminder that even the most beautiful traditions can have dark beginnings. What other secrets lie hidden in the symbols we hold dear? Join us next time on Whispers of the Past as we uncover more chilling tales from history.